Hello loves, thank you for joining me and tuning in today. I'm talking about sacred geometry. So it's been a long time coming and I'm so excited. It's one of my favourite topics. So I've got a lot to share, so it'll be a few videos, but I just wanted to give you a basic explanation of what sacred geometry is. Feel the power of love. Feel the power of love. So first of all, let me define for you sacred geometry. So what does sacred mean? Sacred means connected to God, or divine, or the creator, or atom, whoever you want to call God, the one. And geometry is defined as the measure of the earth, which dates back to the ancient Egyptians, and they wanted to create something to measure the land. But geometry's been around long before then, and the Egyptians just picked up on it. So basically, sacred geometry is geometrical patterns that have been found at every level throughout nature. So we're talking from the atomic molecular level to the universal galactic level. So from the tiny small quantum level, the microcosm, to the huge enormous galactic universal macrocosm level. So we find it in crystals, we find it in trees, we find it in plants, we find it in flowers, we find it in us, we find it in our emotions, we find it in our DNA, we find it in the way we feel, we find it in language, we find it in the way the planets move, we find it in the way the galaxy spirals. So it's powerful stuff, and when you work with it, it really changes your whole perspective on life and how you see the world. So I know from my experience, I first got into sacred geometry. I gave my job and I wanted to create art that actually helps people and helps them raise their vibration. So sacred geometry came to me and I was like, wow, I was just obsessed with finding out as much as I can about this amazingness. So yeah, I did a lot of research, and it's really changed my life in many different ways, and maybe I'll go into that in another video. But basically, it's a geometry of consciousness. It's funny how it's all of a sudden come into our collective consciousness awareness. All of a sudden it's like, you know, we went for thousands and thousands of years without this knowledge being known on a wider scale, you know. Only the elite knew, or the alchemists and the philosophers knew about this sacred knowledge. So now everyone can access it, which is amazing, and we need to utilize this information for the greater good and for the benefit of all. So I'm giving you this information in the hopes that you will use it, and I'll give you some more tips on how you can use sacred geometry in another video. But yeah, so it's the geometry of consciousness, it's the geometry of space-time. So I don't know about you, but what I was taught in school was that space is empty. This space is nothing, you know. But what science has now revealed, and it's facts, that the space we see around us is form. I know it's a big thing to get your head around, but it's full of energy. And this is something that we're now tapping into and we can now access. So this space that we see around us takes on the structure, the form of sacred geometry, and this is why it's so powerful. So seeing the sacred geometry, and there's many different aspects of sacred geometry, to name a few: seed of life, flower of life, Metron's cube, vector equilibrium, So there's lots of different aspects, but they're all connected. And sacred geometry gives us the knowledge, and it gives us the knowledge of the underlying truth of reality and of creation. So if you look, for example, at the flower of life, you can see everything is equal. You can see everything is balanced. You can see everything is part of the one and is connected. Even though it's made up of separate circles, it's connected as one and it's equal. And by understanding this and, you know, getting a feel for it and embodying it, you know, where it's helping us evolve and it's helping us raise our frequency and our vibration. So I would suggest you use sacred geometry, and I'll do another video on that. And yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll give you a quick quote from Plato. Now, Plato says, "The knowledge of which geometry aims is the knowledge of the eternal." So Plato was an amazing philosopher in ancient Greek times, and I've got loads of different quotes in my amazing sacred geometry colouring book. So if you would like a copy, I'll put the link down there. Really healing and transformational. But yeah, enjoy working with sacred geometry, and it's really helping us evolve and raise our conscious awareness in great ways and bringing us back to oneness. So I hope you've enjoyed. Have a beautiful day. Namaste, loves.
Feel the